Good evening, my fellow troglodytes, Neanderthals, hairy knuckle dragon apes, you cavemen, chicken littles, boys crying wolf, everybody else in the red pill manosphere, and to all the good faithful family. Welcome to the Good Faith Podcast, where we maneuver around toxic debauchery, attempting to find harmony with our fellow man and dissect society's caustic degeneracy. If it's a pre-apocalyptic dystopia that you seek, then look no further, because here it is. I'm your host, Ninjah Bullock. I understand you could have been a million other places, and the time is the most precious commodity that any of us have. So from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to share my gratitude with you all. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Due to the sensitive nature of some of our topics, we hope you will shield youngins from some of the vulgarity that may be spewed here. We got whoredom for your boredom. We're going to talk about smut, so keep the kids at bay. And if you guys are watching while we're live, please let me know whether you can hear everything. There's a lot of technical difficulties that I'm always dealing with. I got a soundboard, got a roadcaster, doing this through a Zoom call with some folks that are in the great Buckeye State. So please chat. Let me know if you can hear me for starters, because this show is very prone to technical difficulties, like I said. It must be noted that the views expressed by the panel are not necessarily the views of the Good Faith Podcast. We are no fiduciary. We assume no culpability of investment performance as a result of following our financial advice. Our simple aim is to entertain and inform. Anybody living in the greater Philadelphia area interested in making an appearance on our show can reach me in a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Christopher Bulick. See our Patreon link in the description if you'd like to make a campaign contribution to facilitate our meteoric rise. This is, in all seriousness, though, times are tough. Any proceeds we receive will be going towards avoiding eviction, keeping the lights on, medicating my cat Clark with all of his health concerns, feeding our gracious guests. Once again, if you feel you've been given value by us, it takes basically no extra effort to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is your notification that the Good Faith Podcast is now available on not only YouTube, but Twitch, Apple, Spotify, Patreon, Amazon, Samsung, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and RSS.com. We'll keep pushing out these episodes so long as our following stays growing. The path to notoriety will be for our listeners to spread the good word of the pod. If you have somebody in mind who enjoys listening to podcasts, send them a link to any of your friends and family, your coworkers. You'll probably get canceled if you send it to anyone who's like uppity and like, you know, but such is life. Our objective is to have a balance between the red and the blue. So if you have somebody in mind who enjoys listening to podcasts, please spread our channel. And we are now monetized. We are selling memberships. Why not gift a membership to a friend? Why not, get yourself a membership? It's the gift that keeps on giving. Consider a membership to the Good Faith Podcast, where your fearless and thankless leader, me, is always working tirelessly on returning you guys value through exclusive content, sound advice, unique custom emojis, and listening and responding to all of your constructive and corrective feedback. Now, the fragrance of the day is 3 a.m. launched by Sean John. It's a Diddy fragrance, and like Diddy wasn't oiling me up and taking advantage of me, so I don't give a fuck. Like I don't got no problem with spraying some Diddy. This sound. Pause. I'm not gonna go into that. Launched by Sean John in 2015. This aromatic, spicy fragrance has a blend of mandarin, cardamom, bergamot, orange blossoms, geranium, fig leaf, suede, tonic water, and leather. The candle of the week is Sunkissed Citrus by Candle Essentials. It's like one of my only blue candles, so I'm like going with like everything blue today. Shirt of the week is an Express navy blue shirt. Slacks of the week, Calvin Klein blue. Vest of the week, Pronto Uomo blue. Tie of the week, Jose Banks blue. And guys, you know what I say? I say look good, smell good, play good. And when you play good, they pay good. And you don't have to spend $1 million to look like $1 million. So, without any further ado, at this time, I'm going to bring on my guests.
Hey, how you doing, man? My name is TJ Johnson. I'm 46 years old. I hold the double masters. I also am a real estate investor and a head of a regional construction company and environmental solutions firm. Business management and environmental engineering.
Hi, my name is Mia Ferraro. I'm 21 and I'm a bottle girl. I'm finishing my degree for marketing right now. Just general marketing. So I was, and I just transferred to an online school because I'm going to be studying abroad in the next month. So Italy, I have family there. I am Italian.
So my name's Eric Trombold. I'm 57. It doesn't seem possible, but I act 12. My highest level of education is I have an undergrad degree from Ohio State University, and my occupation is sales manager for a HVAC company here in Columbus. At erictrombold.com. Please follow. Please like.
Had to get that in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Buckeye, big time.
My name is Will Haywood. I'm 27 years old. I'm a software engineer and I have a high school diploma. Hey, I actually graduated. I graduated. Yep.
Right on.
Definitely the truth. I mean, it was trying to go into debt by my parents and whatnot. Like I went to college for a little while, but I dropped out during the pandemic because I used to work in restaurants as a server. And when that, was lost, I had to basically make a decision, go into debt or figure it out. And my parents were like, oh, you should definitely go into debt for a degree, but I gave them the middle finger and now I make more money than anyone I know who graduated college. I'm currently single and my longest relationship was 2 years.
I'm single and looking and ready to mingle. I'm divorced. My longest relationship was 19 years. And I have 3 kids. So 2 girls and a boy, 22, 20, and 16.
I am currently single as of just a couple days ago. And, he's cheated on me multiple times.
What a dog.
My longest relationship was about 2 years, probably. So the first time was actually at my work, and I was working, and he took a girl out to the trash can behind my job and made out dumpster kiss.
There's a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, he would know all about that.
It is right.
I don't know anything about
So,
Did I just snitch on myself?
But we ended up working through that somewhat, but I just was never really able to trust him. I always had a feeling, which he really made me feel very bad about. Like I was the one that had messed up our relationship because I couldn't trust him anymore. And then I just found out yesterday or the day before that he had still been cheating on me the whole time afterwards. So
Is it somebody?
Trust your gut.
You don't have to say
Trust your
if you
gut.
don't want to, but is it
no,
someone
but
who
I
works there?
did meet him my very first day of working there. He's a regular.
Oh,
is he one of the whales?
Put it lightly.
Oh, I saw the
He's
table.
high roller.
He's there
Guys on
all
table,
the
One of
time.
those,
No,
one of
I know
those
that
crypto
guy.
he
millionaires.
gets tables. He just comes to get things for free.
That guy.
Because he
Oh,
works all
the
the
gum
time.
under the table.
No, I'm not. Not after it's been that serious and like committed for so long.
How long did
Maybe
you guys go out?
It was about a year when it first happened at
Hold on,
Gala.
my God.
It was about a year when it first happened at Gala. And I was in between my leases for like a month and a half, so I was supposed to be staying with him. And it happened a week after I moved all my stuff into his house.
It happened while you were there?
Yeah.
Did you walk in on something bad?
No, at Gala it happened.
Oh.
Did you get along with his mom?
I actually never met his
Oh.
parents.
Does your mom like him?
No, my mom hates him.
Okay, well, there you go. Gotta listen to
The whole family does not like
Yeah,
him.
I don't like him either. What's his?
Becoming best friends.
Keep me famous. Let's forget about him. No, so my mom is a I honestly have no clue. Very like English to Irish mixed like white person. My dad is like 100% Italian. Yeah, they're still together. No, I'm not Catholic. My mom is not very, very anti-religious. My dad is religious, but my mom is much stronger than he is.
Yeah,
So.
can you tell TJ she's Mormon?
Yeah. Does your mom rule the roost over there? Is that the kind of relation? Do you think you'll get into that same kind of relationship where you're in charge of everything because of the way you were raised, or are you okay with like a dominant man, like an alpha male?
No, I am okay with the dominant man. I think I would honestly prefer it because I grew up being so strong and learning that it was like more about valuing your career than your family and valuing just yourself as an individual, which I think are amazing qualities to have. Everyone should have that aspect of themselves. But I also don't think there's anything wrong with being able to sit back and like want someone to take care of you or take a leading role.
So you want the princess treatment?
I do a little
Okay.
bit.
That's okay.
No, I'm a 57 Heinz. I'm a mud. Oh, Cherokee Indian.
You're like Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
You're due a 1/15th share of the casino profits.
Yes, that's my concept. Yes.
The Indians.
Oh my guardians! That sounds like a
It's
feminine
so
product.
weird.
It's a
Is that tax free for criminal property?
It's terrible. It's a terrible name.
I'm from
Are there
Cleveland.
are
I've
there
never
tariffs
met
on those?
someone that likes the Guardians over the Indians.
Sounds like a shave guard for a pubic shaver.
It does. It's a terrible. It's named after a bridge. The Guardians, like these statues that are on a bridge, which is so dumb.
Like my alma mater is Miami Redskins, but in like
Miami,
2003 it's now Miami Red Hawks. But way to go, guys! You're undefeated still.
Did you hear that, Chris? His alma mater, his school used to be Redskins. Well, you didn't.
I did.
He's got to answer the rest of the question.
All right. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, no,
I live,
PJ in Cincinnati.
About an hour and a half. I'm up here all the time with these.
He almost said numbskulls. Did you notice?
I big on the plot.
We're Blue Jackets fans, but they've never been good. You know, the whole time they've been here, they've been terrible. So it's hard to be Blue Jackets. The only thing worse is being a Browns fan, which I grew up a Browns fan. Browns fan, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's a lot.
It could be worse than being a Miami Dolphins fan, though. Sadly.
It's pretty cold, but it's going to be nice this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Getting
it's warmed up.
better.
It's warmed up.
In the mid 40s and clear skied. I've been enjoying it.
The best thing that ever happened at a Browns game was nickel beer night, and they only had it once because they were throwing bottles on the field, and this is like in the 70s. It's a great story, actually. They outlawed it throughout the NFL after that. It got very violent. Guys have had good teams, though. I mean, you know, you can't feel too bad for you. You recently won a Super Bowl and everything. I mean, the Browns haven't ever been to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're the longest NFL team that's never been to a Super Bowl. It's terrible. I mean, they went to it. The last championship game they went to was an AFC championship game when the leagues were separate. I mean, that's how long ago it was.
Was that the Browns team before they became the Ravens?
Yeah, right. The real Browns. Yeah. I remember when they moved. This guy at work's like, I guess you'll have to raise your kids to be Bengals fans. Never.
Bad section of everybody. Last time I checked the box, it said Caucasian. So, and then my current relationship status could say it's complicated, the most universal. And
Wait a minute, are you in a relationship?
You never know, man.
Don't divulge.
By the hour, it'll be over before the end of the night, guys.
He's got the full
I might
harem.
be dating her after this for about a hot minute. And then the longest my longest relationship would be about 10 years. I was married. I'm currently divorced.
I am agnostic. So that, all right. I was going to ask if you wanted any more elaboration, but I guess I'll pass it on.
I'm Methodist, but I was raised Methodist, and then my ex-wife was Catholic, so I spent a lot of time in the Catholic Church when I was married. So I probably spent more time in a Catholic church than I have in a Methodist church.
I grew up Christian, but now that I've like gotten older and moved out of the house, I'm still kind of figuring it out, I would say. I think there's something. No, I find Buddhism very interesting. I think I'm in between faiths. I'm not agnostic.
You know, I've got a friend who lives in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, and Malaysia has a huge Muslim population, and he said it was a really eye-opening experience to see the I guess variety of ways that a Muslim could be, if you want to put it that way. That maybe isn't all of the worst that we might get through immigration in the States and sometimes in the UK.
I have a cousin that I supervise who is non-observant Muslim. I guess he's Reform Muslim, but he still practices. So they've got Ramadan's coming up here soon, and it's been interesting. You know, he's a God-fearing guy. He's straight shooter, and it's been eye-opening working with somebody closely who's a Muslim. I have a lot of respect for him, so I have some like a newfound respect for the religion through that.
Currently it's spiritual, but not religious. Yeah, I guess that's called the porcelain gods most of the time. Oh yeah,
Pretty sure everyone.
yeah.
I'm actually white as the newborn snow. You guys know that.
I'm a bottle girl, so
I'm a virtue.
You're white as the snow on the curb.
Right, exactly.
Half of it over by the car.
The gutter,
But
yeah. I don't know why.
I'll process.
I think yes. I think a lot of transgender people do have mental illness problems. A lot of them. Some of them, I think it's a totally legitimate thing. As far as the firearm question, the problem with that is who's going to determine that they're mentally ill? That's really the problem. And they have red flag laws. In fact, I think there's a red flag law in Ohio where family members can report you and then they take your firearms away. But again, the problem with that is who determines that you're mentally ill. But something needs to be done clearly. I mean, there's way too much gun violence in this country. I'm a Second Amendment supporter myself, but I don't think there's an easy answer there. But I do think that when it comes to transgender and transgenderism, there's a reason why it's gone through the roof. And I think a lot of it is because it's fashionable to be transgender. It's been made fashionable to be transgender. And I think there's a lot of people that identify that way who need some mental health support.
So I think the question about if it's okay to have mentally ill people own firearms is kind of the wrong question, because essentially you can't really put restrictions on mental health without putting heavy restrictions on 2A itself. So I think that if you want to have the Second Amendment, you're going to allow for the risk that mentally ill people, like Eric said, however you want to categorize that, that's a pretty broad umbrella term in itself. You're going to, incur the risk that people will do those sorts of things, or that people who aren't the best in the head will have those firearms, which would probably happen anyways, because if you made it illegal, they would just go through the black market. As far as transgenderism being a mental illness, yeah, I kind of do think that's. I mean, if you have a disposition to want to hack off a piece of your body, I don't think that's quite sound in the head. Like if you walk into the doctor's office and said, "I want you to make me blind," I would feel the same way. We just don't have a term for that one, One's kind of new to me. I think after that, I've officially seen it all.
I would say I agree about the firearms. I think it would be wonderful if there was a way to establish a screening system that it was like, okay, you're a good person to have a gun or you aren't. But there's never going to be a way to do that unless you fully get rid of the Second Amendment, which also I'm not a proponent of. About transgenderism, I guess I've never really thought about it as being a mental illness, but I think a lot of it is rooted in insecurity, which I think is a very good breeding ground for mental illnesses.
There's a lot of transgender people that come to Gallup Park.
There are, and I've met many great people that are transgender. I can't say that I've ever been very close to them, so I don't know like what type of person they are, but like I've never met anyone that I would say, oh, you're a terrible person or you're explicitly mental ill because you are transgender. But I do think a lot of times it can go hand in hand.
We had a model at one of our photo shoots who was transgender, and she was a lovely person. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't even
No,
tell.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's an important point worth mentioning. Mentally ill people doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. Being
it's someone else's diagnosis, and it's subjective. It's not like it's not even, it's guesswork. A lot of psychiatry is guesswork. So, that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah. And it's not a true correlation to character directly. Like you could be mentally ill and in a very bad place, but still be a very good person. And there's no like standardized way to differentiate that when talking about who has the rights to own a gun.
I'd like to summarize both of these two-pronged questions as I feel like everybody walks this earth flawed. We all have skeletons, and no matter what label you want to put on it, the biggest thing is the root cause of the psychology of trauma is we all just don't feel like we're good enough. It's like the ultimate, like when you peel back the onion, the core of that is we all have like this feeling of we're never good enough. So whatever the issues may be, but as far as the actual the topic, I am a Second Amendment supporter, and I do believe that mentally ill people should not have that option. But the controversy begins: how do you filter for it? There's never a perfect system. Even our own government isn't perfect. And anybody else is in this world is not going to be able to filter because even look at Canada, they banned all their guns. They had to turn in their rifles, and they're still able to get the guns. So, that was a very unfortunate, tragic event that happened. As far as the transgender topic, being mentally ill, I came from a conservative style upbringing from my family. But I am in a difficult situation as of right now because I have an 18-year-old daughter who's going off to college, who is currently a lesbian, but is now venturing into conversations of actually wanting to have the process, the transgender process done. And it's even to the first stages of where she's even picked out her masculine name and is telling people to refer to them as this name. So I'm really split down the middle because I have a casualty with my daughter if I don't accept it, and I can't control who she is, and I am never going to be one of those parents that abandon your child. I love my child too much, no matter what she does. I have to support her.
We can hear you.
That's a situation. We should talk. We could say something about TJ's situation. I think it's a tough situation. I think it's very admirable that you're supporting your daughter. So I admire that you're doing that, and you love them unconditionally. So that's really that you're taking that tack. So I mean that's what she needs is your love and support no matter what. So that's
She
good
will have
for
it.
you.
She will. It
Good
will
for
never
you.
falter,
That's really
no matter
good.
what.
Dig deep on this one.
Yeah, I can't think of any like recent. I mean, I'd have to go. I'd have to go back to like definitely before I was married. It was a whole different time, man. Social media has changed the world and dating, and it before social media, it was very easy. It was very easy to get make be the do cold approach and do day game. And I would probably say my last experience would be with her, and it lasted probably about 2 years.
How did you meet her?
I cheated on her with.
Oh, okay. So, Chris, so because the audience can't hear, he's asking what was the last positive.
I would say especially being a woman, woman in the club industry, as much as my last relationship had its faults, and TJ saying social media just reached like a very different level of relationships and distrust. I made very safe, and I value that a lot in a relationship. Like when I can trust someone that would be there for me, especially working as a bottle girl and not knowing if I will always be safe.
On dating experience. I mean, I have some good memories of when I met my ex-wife. I've met some wonderful people since I've been divorced, in person and on dating sites. I will say mostly dating sites are trash. I've met some really nice people, and I actually go up and talk to women in public, which nobody really does anymore. So that makes it actually easier on an old guy like me because I still do it. And I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I think that's step one is you have to like people. So I've had some really good experiences. I've had some wacky ones too. So one that comes to mind is so I went on a date with a woman who had clearly had a massive drinking problem. And she got so drunk that I did not want to drive her home. So I got her an Uber, and I got her in the Uber, but she was laying on the ground, like by the side of the road, and people kept stopping and saying, "What are you doing?" Because here I am with this thing on the ground who's house, and then I'm trying to get her in the Uber. Then she got home, and the Uber driver said, "I can't get her out of the Uber." So he ended up getting her out of the Uber and putting her on the front porch of her house. And she woke up the next morning there on the front porch of her house. And she's like, she texted me in the morning, "Where's my car?" And she's like, "Please take me to my car." So I drove all the way back across town, got her, and took her to her car so she could drive it home and go into work. So that's our first ones.
It was about positive dating experiences.
I think the negative ones are most fun.
What about the one that police were in the Uber?
Oh yeah. Oh God. Experience.
Yeah.
That was a mutual friend of ours
Yeah.
who was
night out.
who decided. So we were at Gallup Park, and this woman was drinking lots of booze on my tab, and I cut her off, and I told the bar manager to cut her off, and she still was drinking. Finally, I closed my tab. I'm walking out with another. I'm like, I have to get out of here. So I met this other woman, and we're like, we're gonna leave and go next door to another bar. It's a Good Night John Boy, and this woman in question, grabs me and pulls me in close and goes, "Fuck you and fuck her too," and then pushes me away. I'm like, okay. So I left. On the way out, the general manager, Josh, who's a great guy, I said, "Josh,"
Love you, Josh.
I said, "Josh, you need to cut her off." Josh goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he was just laughing because I think he had a few drinks himself. And I'm like, I just said on the way out, I'm like, well, you will. So we left next door, and I get a text from one of the girls, one of the managers at Gallup Park, your friend won't leave, and none of her credit cards work, so we can't get her a lift. And she woke up the next day in her bed. She said, "Oh, that's the other thing that happened. I forgot this part. I went to take a drink out of her hand, and she bit me. She bit my hand. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving." And she calls me the next day. She's like, "What happened to me? I'm covered in blood." She was in her bed covered in blood, and she had a broken arm. And apparently, what had happened is they tried to get her out of the club, and they ended up having to like push her down, and she broke her arm, and they threw her in the lift and sent her home. So that was just one of the fun nights at Gallup
How long
Park.
ago
Wait,
was
that was the
this?
police that
Was
did
I
that.
The
working?
police did that.
The
Yeah.
police
No, I
threw
think
her
you were off that night.
I guess so. I don't remember.
Natalie was
this at
there.
all.
Natalie was there. Yeah. She's the one who sent me that, and she has pictures. If you ask her, she's got pictures.
Okay, cool.
All
Say,
Fucking. Oh, wait.
Mom's about to run an ad. Let us know if it works.
All right, guys. Hey, good faith folks. I want to talk about something that we all face despite our government wasting tens of billions of dollars with vacant leering centers and that dreaded T word, taxes. Yes, we rebel against a tyrannical government imposing 3% taxes on our tea without representation. And I hear you. If we just collectivized against the tax man and refused to pay, they would have no recourse. But that's another conversation. Christ said to give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to give to God what is God's. So let me set you up with a competent professional and the only man that I trust to handle my tax filing, John Reuter with Charles Reuter Real Estate Insurance Income Tax. When appointing a tax accountant, it's best to go with a meticulous conservative. Liberals, they make great baristas. If you want a latte, you want a matcha tea or something like that, go to a Democrat. But conservatives make for the best accountants. I want my tax accountant basically to have like a commemorative plaque from when he stormed the Capitol. John will keep you straight, and he will not overlook even the most minute of details. Located at 9811 Academy Road in the far northeast of Philadelphia, I promise you that you'll be going to a reasonable and effective tax professional. Could you take your taxes to H&R Block for $300? Sure. Could you let your feminist wife who wears the pants in the household do them on your behalf? Sure. But if you want a tax professional who's going to toe the line of legality and morality perfectly and get you the most that you can hope for, contact John Reuter at 215-632-6500. He's only available to Pennsylvania residents, but I'm warning you folks, leaving your tax return in anybody else's hands is gross malpractice of your hard-earned money. So, guys, contact John Reuter.
Mom, did you hear that, Mom? The meatloaf. I can hear you, but are you playing like sounds?
yo,
Big old
Heard that one.
big old titties. Can the chat is the chat saying anything about audio? Can they hear you or not?
you're gonna adopt him?
I tried to adopt Will and he rejected me.
Well, since we transitioned clearly away from dating experiences and moved on to raunchy nights at the nightclub at Gallup Park, I'll go ahead and I'll give one of my own. That's a tough act to follow, Eric. I gotta hand that to you. I don't have that.
You don't know that?
I don't have our.
We can make that happen for you.
Yeah, we sure can. We are definitely still in touch with that person. But one time, Eric and I were at Gala, and we were just sitting at the bar, just kind of waiting around, and then this one chick sat down next to me, and he's like, "Hey, you should go and turn around and say hi to her." And I was wearing my glasses, so I turned around and just like introduced myself. She's like, "What's up, Harry Potter?" Back around and kept talking to Eric, and then she taps on my shoulder 30 seconds later. She's like, "Harry Potter, will you buy me a drink?" And I was like, "No."
You said Excelsior.
She's like, "But why not though?" I'm like, "Why the fuck would I buy you a drink?" And so the night goes on, and we kind of go our separate ways. And then later on, I got kind of belligerent. Me and some other chick got belligerent. And I started dragging her out. We did our thing that night, and I flipped her off on the way out.
Okay.
The other chick, the chick that called me Harry Potter, it's like, fuck you, I got somebody else.
What's your fondest dating experience?
Hey, mom.
Dating experience
The only one who correctly.
that all.
Yeah, you are.
Well, I could have given a proper, but
Hey,
can't
mom.
just-
I just added my audio input capture to scene 2. So did that do the trick? I don't. My next question for you guys is: where's the most public place that you fucked?
one's been going around Facebook a little bit, and I've been reluctant to actually comment on it, but I don't know. I guess I'm putting it on the internet now. Various locations at the Sawgrass Mall in Florida.
Okay. Is that an indoor mall, outdoor mall?
Well, it's like that mall is basically like a college campus. It's massive. I think it's like one of the top 5 biggest malls in the States. So there's indoor places and there's outdoor places, and I've done both.
Mine's in an automobile.
Okay.
That's how old I am. No, it was in a car, and we were parked at a apartment complex, and these women walked by and they were cheering me on. They were giving me pointers and saying, "Go, go!" It was very. I feel like I did a good job. I did a good job. 2 thumbs up.
Is that what she told you the next day? Did a good job.
Yes. My mom says I'm good at it.
I think a club bathroom, but not the club that I work at. To put that out there.
She didn't work at it yet. That's what she's trying to say.
Not the Zoom one out.
In a stall?
Okay. It was private.
Like a bathroom stall?
The last word? She's got to work.
Did you? Was it
a
a public? So it was a public bathroom that had people coming in and out.
Yeah.
No one had puked in it just yet.
No, it was like early. Not for me.
Wait. Was
Fucked
this
up,
unisex or was it like
just the girls.
multiple?
It was the girls' room. Okay.
Did you dress them up
It in
like
the
the lawn?
men's bathroom.
Do it in the men's room.
Sneak 'em in there.
Involve the bathroom attendant at Galley. He's really nice.
Oh, it's not a gal. For all my
That was
coworkers.
at John
managers,
It wasn't It wasn't a gala, it was a John.
It was way before I started working there.
And Tej, what is the most public place you have you used your pecker to do work?
Make wood?
What is it?
I want to say
wood?
Make wood shifts.
I would say probably my most experience I would say would be in an airplane.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah. Flight between here and Fort Myers.
Was it a
Okay.
private plane?
No, this was a Delta, buddy.
Did you go in the bathroom or did you get the blanket?
We did it in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Behind the cockpit, because that's where.
Did they bang on the door or anything to the stewardesses? So you were in and out of there.
Oh yeah, I was a 2-pump chump on that.
But official.
They really did it for you.
The altitude really helps.
So we have a friend who's a pilot. We could probably hook that up.
Listen,
We'll make a
doing it in
reenactment.
Vegas already.
Yeah.
Just go up in a private plane for an hour. You guys do your thing.
Oh, it's a thing?
I don't know. You want an hour or a half hour with me?
We don't need a half hour. We just need a half hour.
Well, according to TJ, you need like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we usually knock on the door.
I can switch up multiple partners.
I'm gonna need the whole plane.
I do want to share one other thing. Probably the most funniest thing that I did in public was I had sex in a Walmart bathroom and I put her on the baby changing station. She came right down. It did not hold.
I was gonna say,
that was gonna ask.
There was the molded plastic baby station made in China.
It was Walmart, dude.
I got one.
$100.
And TJ went online and gave it 1 star on after that because it did not support anything. Everything's great at Walmart.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't hold my 150-pound baby.
my baby is gonna fall if her.
She's a size 4, guys.
I'm not gonna use the baby changing station. Don't use it for anything.
So, all right. So, TJ, what is a dating experience from your history that like killed any sexual tension? Like you got the ick.
Mama walked in.
Who?
Ooh. Mom walked in.
Mama walked in.
Her mom or your mom?
Shit.
Yeah. Gashed out my shin right here from breaking the window, going out that bitch so fast.
Wait, her mama walked in or your mama walked in?
Her mama walked in.
Oh shit! Did you try and like say like where you going, girl? Get on in here. Oh, all right. I think everyone can hear me now because I did the audio capture thing.
What's up?
Did you
Is your mom marinara sauce? Did she send some over?
my mom?
Did she make a good meatloaf?
My mom's not like I shouldn't throw shade, but like she's not culinarily gifted, I'd say. But she can, you know, she can handle her own, I guess, but she's not winning any awards. No offense, Mom. I love you, but it's not your strength.
I'm sure.
She tucked you in at night.
Mia, was your dad or mom a better cook?
My mom, 100%. She taught me how to cook. My dad was the. My mom.
My mom said, "Chuck you."
Did she pay for chat to do that, or is that
$100?
So Mia, what is an experience from your dating life where you caught the ick?
I would say my dog jumping up on the bed and licking my ass.
Oh my!
That sounds like it would intensify any experience that I could think of. Like, what kind of dog?
Baby pit bull.
Oh yeah, that's not like cute.
He's left that out.
Secretly, she like it.
She liked it.
Secretly, she liked it.
She'll never tell. Take 3rd grade.
Did we get the ASPCA on the line? Because I think it's animal abuse somehow.
So,
All right. You get
So- So one time I was with my ex-girlfriend and she had a little dachshund and he was like always getting into everything, like always, you know, he loved to like lick and eat everything he could. And one night I was like, you know, lying under the covers totally naked and I just like I just feel some like, you know, some stimulation down there and I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like you know, like leave me alone or something." Like I was like thinking that it was my girlfriend's hands and then she's like, "I'm not touching you." I'm like, "Oh," and like I like flip up the covers and there's like the wiener dog like going on me. It was very violating.
Did you give him a treat?
Yeah, I gave him a treat, all right. Eric, what is a time that you caught the ick?
I don't think I ever get the ick, but one time I will say this. Because I'm older, I have fooled around with some single moms, you know, and the kids being in the other room and coming out in the middle, that is not good. It's not good for anyone. Yeah. And so that's happened several times.
You know what I think the move is whenever you're at a single mom's place, after you get it, you raid the pantry, take all the Scooby snacks, take all their like Lunchables and shit, and just like feast on their food.
I come out the next morning, I give me an Xbox kid. I take their lunch usually.
Yeah. And they got no one to blame but their mom.
I've had fun with your mom. Give me your love.
Yeah.
You're eating your snacks while you're watching your TV cartoon.
Give me all your goldfish.
Yeah.
Well,
Will, have you ever caught the ick?
Yeah. So my high school girlfriend had a very uptight religious mother, and one day she walked in because neither of us had licenses yet. So if we wanted to do anything, it was like, at each other's houses while other people were around, and so. Her mom walked in on me going down on her,
Okay.
and that wasn't the worst part. That was pretty bad. But like she stepped out for a minute, we like got dressed, and then she came in and gave us this like stern Christian talking to about reserving our sanctity for marriage and all that. And I was just like, how do I tell you it's too late?
it's been too late for quite some time.
And that
I've been
was,
violating your daughter for months.
and that was the last time I went to that house.
The screensaver's on TV.
Oh, darn.
Well, that looks pretty good anyway. So, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think likes marriage? Who's more preferential to marriage, men or women?
Depends on how hot the guy is.
I think marriage is. I mean, let's face it. I think marriage is heavily skewed to being a better deal for women. I think our culture trains women to want to be married more so than men, and I think it's the ideal thing for raising children, which is something that the females want. So I think I would say, I'm interested to hear what you have to say, but I think it's definitely a better deal for women.
I would 100% say women. I think women tend to be more faithful most of the time too, which makes a big impact on it.
So,
Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot going on in the cultural zeitgeist right now about like the 304s and these hoe-ass women, but I still think by and large it's women who enjoy commitment more and the confines of marriage more.
TJ, do you agree?
Yeah, we can just do that.
Yeah, I agree. Women definitely have the upper hand when it comes to marriage, and that's why they're usually the ones that are pushing for it in monogamy these days.
It's funny though, because women are the ones that generally also file for divorce. So it's kind of a funny dichotomy, isn't it?
Yeah, 80% of divorces are filed by.
I feel like women push for marriage and then they also push for divorce. They're quicker to push for divorce, which is strange. To me, that's a strange dichotomy. I don't know what that's about.
Well,
maybe they get in, it's ideal, and then it doesn't live up to what they want. Maybe.
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty simple. Like if there's a financial implication in the deal that a woman benefits from to sever the deal, I don't know why anyone's surprised that we have the climate that we have right now, because still an overwhelming amount of men get really damaged from divorce, and a lot of women get they get a payday from it.
I do think finances can definitely play a big part into it, especially longer on into a marriage. But I do think also, going off what Eric said, a lot of the times women do feel more not pressured, but just ready to jump into something like that. And you're happy, you're in love, and so you want that to be what you would do next. That's the correct next step. And then I think time goes on and you realize oh, maybe I just wanted the marriage and I wanted this happiness, but this isn't actually what I needed and wasn't correct for me.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, I do want to get married. My family is very important to me.
And you want to have kids?
I do, yeah.
What do you have a timeline for when you want to get married?
My parents were very young when they had me. So when I was young, I always also wanted to be a young parent. But now that I've gotten closer to their age when they had me, I'm very much not interested right now. it happens 10, 15 years down the line, then that's when it happens.
When you were in your last relationship, did you think you were going to get married? Did you think he would? Was he into marriage, or was he divorced? Did he want to get married again?
Yeah, he was not divorced, but we did talk about our future a lot, and I think that was definitely something that I thought about. And then there was just so much, like it went downhill from the day we met. So there was always a part of me that knew it was never going to be forever.
I have a question for you, Mia.
Mhm.
When you get married, you have children,
Mhm.
how crucial is it for you to maintain that your children grow up in a two-parent household?
Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's very important. Like it takes a large toll on children dealing with something like that. But I also think if you're living in an incredibly unhealthy relationship, it can take an even larger toll to not separate. So I don't actually really know entirely. I think it would just depend on the situation. I wouldn't stay to force it for my children and cause them to be even unhappier seeing us so unhappy. But I would never jump into something where I thought that that wouldn't be the long-term plan or I couldn't trust that because it isn't. And in an ideal world, you would obviously stay together.
Would Mia, do you think that it would like dampen the mood, or would you feel any type of way if your man insisted on on signing a prenup?
No, because my career is very important to me and I wouldn't be after money. So no. I think for a lot of women, probably. I think a lot of people do tend to go for guys for financial reasons, which in this society isn't necessarily fair, but it is understandable. I think men tend to have the upper hand in that situation a lot of times, but that's not something that I would ever be uncomfortable with.
Yeah, like I think that if it were to be if it were to become like a practice where people went into marriages and they agreed that when if there was a divorce, the like finances will be split based on like how you came into the relationship. If you came into the relationship with nothing, you left the relationship with nothing. I think it would it would cause for a lot less marriages to be dissolved in divorce. And like I think that it's good. I'm personally going to insist on a prenup before I like marry any woman, and it's not because I don't trust her or anything. I just think it's I think that a partnership is going to perform best when there's no external incentive for breaching it, so I'm not gonna give the state any extra ability to influence my marriage in the negative. And I watch a lot of James Sexton. Another thing that nobody really realizes is that every single marriage in America has a prenup signed. It's just signed by the state. So like if you get married to a woman, you're still like signing a prenuptial agreement. It's just that you're not like collaborating and discussing what that prenuptial agreement is. It's just based on what state you live in,
I was going to mention that also, prenuptial agreements, they protect women as much as men.
Yeah.
There's a comedian, Ali Wong, a Chinese American comedian, very famous, and her ex-husband was very rich, and her when they got married, and her father-in-law insisted they have a prenup, and then after they got married, Ali Wong took off, and she's a multi-millionaire. So when they got divorced, it really protected her assets because she ended up with more assets than her ex-husband. So it can equally protect the woman too. So I think that's important to know.
Yeah. So are you guys down with the body positivity movement?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think it's nice to encourage people to be fat. I think you should want people to be healthy, and I think that having criticism for people who do anything harmful to themselves, whether it's being fat or taking heroin or whatever it may be, is the way of showing that you care about somebody. And so, no, I don't agree with body positivity. On that note, I'm getting a call from our other guest, so I think I'll take that call and potentially go let her in.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
let's talk a little bit about Will, how Will cares so much about me that
Fat shames you?
I put a post on Instagram about Buckeye Donuts, and I had it on my story, and then he commented "fat ass" on my post. So it helped me a lot, so much that he bullies me about my weight constantly, and I really appreciate that.
I would also agree with Will. I think in the sense that like everyone is built differently and like a general reason everyone's going to have a different body frame. But someone who's morbidly obese saying like, "Oh no, you're healthy, you're beautiful," just for the sake of their ego or their feelings is incredibly unhealthy and can make it worse.
Do you guys think that airlines should charge fatties more?
Yes.
Yeah,
Two
like,
seat. They can always have the middle.
Or they have to sit by each other or something. There's so many times
fuck that. Like,
too fatty. I can't do
They
it
could go
again.
when I
under.
when I go on an airplane and my bag weighs 51 and a half pounds, they're like, "Oh, you're either gonna have to pay $100 extra or you're gonna have to, here in a busy airport, like shuffle around the contents of your luggage," and then they let like some 294-pound hippo get on the plane, and then they're like stealing my armrest, and I'm just like, I don't like this.
The worst is if you smell bad too. There should be a body odor screening before you get on a plane.
That would disproportionately affect people of Middle Eastern descent. TJ, are you down with body positivity?
No, I feel I think that is a facade sold to us by today's society for just the sell of a feeling. And feelings don't care about the facts. Facts don't care about feelings. This country alone is in a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
There's 71% of Americans are overweight, and 42% of that 70% is obese. We really need to quit getting putting all this high fructose corn syrup and all these sugary drinks. They all need to be thrown off the counter at the grocery and make it easier to find the healthy foods at our supermarkets. I hate going to the grocery and spending 4 hours looking for everything that says keto.
Oh yeah, like I got this app called Bobby Approves, and it basically like gives you a thumbs up or a thumbs down for everything, whether it's good or bad for you. And I'll be trying to find like a granola bar or something like that, and literally every single granola bar in the supermarket is not Bobby approved. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not having a granola bar this week, you know. What was I gonna say? Oh, and also like they did a study where they found that the average woman in America who was purchasing her own groceries weighed about 140 pounds. The average woman on SNAP benefits, or you know, like the taxpayer was buying her groceries, that average woman weighed 187 pounds. So like we're subsidizing these people to eat themselves into a state of disability, and I think that's got to stop for sure.
One other thing I could comment about that and similarities is the price of healthy food. A lot of lower income people haven't got a choice but to eat all the unhealthy foods.
Yeah, very true.
We're still
That's
talking
quite a
about
disadvantage.
yeah, we're talking about body positivity.
Positivity. Tima, you're not about body positivity, are you? You are. We got to kick you out. This Tima, everybody.
The
Hope you
thing is,
enjoyed
we
her.
gotta
Let's go move that.
scoot over.
Hey, Tima, welcome to the Good Faith Podcast.
Hi. How are you?
So,
Hold up your mic.
yeah. All right, I get it. Hippo's not a nice word. Tima.
Hi, Mom.
So
That's
It's in the chat. It's funny.
So we can all get to know you a little bit better, Tima. Would you tell us your name, age, occupation, and highest level of education completed?
My name's Fatima. I'm 31. I'm a preschool teacher.
What's your highest level of education?
Still in college.
Still in college? What college? Are you a Buckeye as well?
No, Columbus State.
Columbus State.
Hold your mic.
Columbus State.
What's their mascot?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm doing online classes, so
Okay. And what is your relationship status and duration of your longest relationship?
long relationship. It was on and off.
Hold the mic up.
On and off. Almost 10 years.
Wow. And now are you currently single or are you in that relationship?
Not in that relationship, but
Okay.
I'm not single.
Okay, gotcha. So you're in like a what would you call it? A complicated relationship or you're in a normal relationship?
Talking stage.
Okay, gotcha.
You're dating. Are you in
Dating.
an open relationship or is it a closed relationship?
Closed relationship.
Okay. And can you tell me your ethnicity and religious denomination?
I'm Muslim from West Africa, but I moved here from Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. Nice.
What country in West Africa are you from?
Mauritania.
Mauritania. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 50 pounds overweight is fucking really overweight. Like I don't support it, especially when like, what did he say? I think like something like 60% of our country's population is really, really overweight. We're not just like a little bit overweight. Most of us are like morbidly obese, you know, and it's a poor reflection on us. But Tima, you said that you are part of the body positivity movement.
You are.
I'll judge.
So overweight.
I said I don't judge, so I say yes.
Okay, all right. And Mia, let's say, what's the best night that you ever had financially working as a bottle girl? Like, what's the most you ever made in one night?
Being a bottle girl in Columbus is probably not that impressive money-wise, but I'd say like 2,000 in a night, maybe.
That's fucking impressive to
1,500.
me. I don't think I've ever made $2,000 in a night.
I do know there's people in Miami making 10,000 a night, though.
Yeah, that's crazy. How would you feel if you made $2,000 in a night and a morbidly obese bottle girl made like 2,200 in a night? Would you feel some type of way?
I feel some type of way if anyone made any more money than I did, regardless of size.
But they have a tip pool,
People
right?
are-
We do have a tip pool, so at the place I work at,
okay.
it wouldn't be a thing. We all make the same amount of money. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just people's thing. That I
Do you
don't
guys
know.
have ever try to give you money on the side that doesn't go in the tip pool?
Like they give you a couple bucks to do a line of coke with them or something.
Huh.
I don't know who's watching. I'm gonna say no.
Oh, right. Yeah, Josh is watching. Hey, Josh.
Good
Mia
thing.
always follows the rules.
Yeah.
I know.
Every dollar
That's
I
fine.
get goes in the tip pool.
Is Josh your boss?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So I guess I'll start with you, or I'll start with you, TJ. When I say the word high virtue woman, what characteristics make a high virtue woman to you?
Being able to fill out a 56-page manifesto of my requirements.
Okay. So are you saying you have a lot of requirements?
Sir.
What are some of them?
Just for tops. Let's see. Have to be under 5'4", under probably 120 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Got-
respect it. I respect it.
They got to be feminine. They got to allow for they got to allow for me to lead. If you're gonna get into a traditional old-fashioned relationship, I feel like you're gonna have there are certain benefits that women have and certain benefits that men have, and in a relationship together for it to flourish the most, I feel like the man should be able to lead the relationship, and the women should follow. And
Yeah.
that's probably the hardest that you can find today.
So you would not say that you're looking for a partnership? Like I think partnership is I think it's kind of gay, honestly. Like if I'm ever talking to someone and they're like, "This is my partner," I'm like, "Oh, so it's like a homosexual that I'm about to meet?" Like
Yeah, the partner is definitely a they them kind of pronoun. I would definitely introduce her as my girlfriend. I mean, I love connecting people, and I want to be proud of her that's at my side because she's sharing in my glory, and this is her ride into my life. She needs to enter my frame and into my lifestyle.
yeah. All right. So Mia, when I say the term high value man, what type of characteristics do you associate with a high value man?
I think a man that is willing to lead. Like I don't want to completely delve into his life and just follow what he wants me to do, but someone that is able to take control and feels comfortable doing so. And I think just their reputation, even with their friends, is very important. Like if they're a trustworthy person, if they're like not well off in their life, but motivated, and that is very important to me. Like, can you be a strong leading figure, and do you have the mentality and ability to do so?
Okay. Hey, I wanted to take this time to acknowledge Aaron. Aaron, you're a fucking goat, dude. I just saw that you tipped me $10. You're a fucking goat, dude. Never stop being yourself, and hopefully we can go out one of these nights. I know it's been like really cold, but the weather's seeming to get a little bit warmer, so let's go out, dude. I'll buy you a drink if you want. I don't know if I don't think you're a big drinker, but whatever. I'll take you out. Eric, when I say the term high virtue woman, what characteristics do you associate?
I think the biggest thing to talk about is femininity. I think it's really a lost thing. I think a lot of our young women have been misled by the feminist movement, honestly, into being into becoming the men that they want to date. You know,
Yeah.
they have to go out and be the high powered executive. They have to get the big degrees. And I think the feminine, being feminine, being soft, being agreeable, being kind. I mean, I think those things are really what men want, and peace in your life. Bringing peace into your life and not conflict. So those are the big things that I look for in a woman, and that to me is a high value woman. Somebody that can add peace to your life.
So like a new trend that's seeming to pop up, I'm noticing it with like the young guys, like the Gen Z guys more, is like a low notch count. Do you like, does that have importance to you, or is that not that important?
Well, I think it does affect your ability to, especially for women, to pair bond. Because if you have a high notch count, it's harder for you to pair bond. Now, but at my age, I mean, honestly, it's not something that comes up, and it's not really that on my radar. I think for a younger man, it may be, but you know, it's also not a guarantee of success in a marriage. I think that's a fallacy, actually, and that's being promoted by men who haven't been married and don't have experience being married. Um, my ex-wife had a very, very low notch count when we met, and we ended up getting divorced. So there's no guarantee just because of that things are going to work out. I think it's important to point that out.
Yeah. I think some Gen Z guys, like, I think they make way too big of a thing out of it. And like, I'll hear some of their, like, I asked this question to a lot of my male guests, and they'll say like very low numbers, where I think they put themselves in a box as far as like who they can date. Cause they'll say like, yeah, I want a girl with 5 or less sexual partners. I want a girl with 9 or less sexual partners. It's like, that's going to be pretty difficult to find, in my opinion.
And it's coming from a lot of men who really have very little experience.
That, yeah, that too. Yeah. I think and I get that. You don't want to be this like chaste man and you end up with this like floozy woman, and then, you know, that looks like a very yeah. Like good luck finding a girl in 2026 who's not like at least had a little bit of experience. Will, when I say the term high virtue woman, what kind of characteristics do you associate with that?
So I agree mostly with what TJ and Eric contributed, but what I want to add on top of that is what I look for nowadays is the kind of traits that kind of make a woman more likely to be, I guess, the feminine and wanting, allowing for a dominant leader. And I think what I look for a lot nowadays is, can they understand that what they want requires some level of sacrifice? So there's a lot of women that I guess they think they can just kind of live whatever kind of lifestyle they want to and then get whatever they want in return. That's just not quite how it works. If you want something, there's a price that you have to pay for that. In the form of your own expectations of yourself, the expectations of the kind of man you want, practicing your own modesty, and understanding what the other person wants and being that. And I look for, the lack of cognitive dissonance along those lines.
Okay. And Tima, when I say the term high value man, what characteristics do you associate with that phrase?
For me, I would just say someone that's family oriented and like that's respectful and a leader, like you were saying. If you can lead me and I'll follow you, it's gonna be a honeymoon phase all the time.
Okay.
Just follow.
And is there any financial component to a high value man? Like, can a high value man be a brokey?
I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, there's guys, like most guys who's not broke, like they rich, they don't want a high value woman. That's someone who's gonna always ask them for this or that. They want someone who's also independent as well, who also show them the same, like whatever they do for me, I can do for you too, pretty much. That's how.
I don't personally think finances play a huge part into it. Like, you can be an amazing man and willing to provide and take care of someone and be a leader without having the financial aspect. But I do think, especially going off what the guys were saying, if it comes into a woman sacrificing her career, having to fall into her more feminine side to follow your lead,
Yeah.
then if you cannot provide for her to be able to do that, then you aren't a high value man. Then you can expect a woman to follow and sit back if you can't provide at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like every woman gets someone they can trust. That's
Yes.
So Tima, go on, TJ.
I just wanted to add that kind of connect both these categories together. It's been said by Fresh and Fit that a man, to become a high value man, his body count needs to be at least 25 or above.
In age, yeah, like I do agree. Like I mean, honestly, yeah, when I hear like fucking 24-year-old men talking about like anything, I kind of like shrug it off. Like they don't know what they're fucking talking about. I know I didn't get my shit together until I turned 30, so I kind of just think of any like 20-something-year-old man. Yo, thank you, my man. This is that fucking Tommy Hilfiger shit. Like, thank you. Who are you, by the way? But yeah, thank you to hear from you. Mia, do you think that broke men deserve to date? Like, should broke men be dating?
I think broke men have every opportunity to date. That's perfectly fine as long as you're a good person. But you can't expect the woman that you're with them to just let you take the role of a sole provider if you aren't providing. Like you have to accept that you are a broke man and she has to do what she has to do to still make her money and survive.
Okay. What if like what she has to do is like get on OnlyFans and go like fuck a bunch of people? Do you have like you kind of gotta like accept it, right? If you're a broke guy.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't think any woman has to do that to make money. I think there's people that value that and value making a shit ton of money in a fast, like very quickly. But there's plenty of ways to make money as a woman that don't involve selling yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to accept someone that's willing to do that. But I don't think we should be so quick to judge that all the time either.
But there's nothing wrong with OnlyFans.
Sometimes, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, like I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong, you know, on an individual level. I guess on a systemic level, it's probably pretty indicative of moral cultural decay that like I think between the ages of 18 and 26, something like 10% of our young girls are on OnlyFans. So like that's probably pretty bad. I'm sure that population is going to continue growing unless our government steps in, and I think the system is fucked. The system is designed to fuck us. The government doesn't step in to like ever help us. It's just there to like help itself. But I think in Florida, one of the guys, I don't know, like Marco Rubio or somebody is suggesting a sin tax, which would make 50% of the annualized income of OnlyFans workers would go straight to the government in taxes, and I think that's like very, very fucking severe. I don't know if I'm in favor of that, but I do think it would discourage a lot of girls from partaking in that type of work.
Yeah, I do think that's probably a lot, but I also think it shouldn't be as encouraged as it is. Like, I don't want to pass judgment on anyone that chooses to do that, but I also think, especially with like women wanting to take their power back and take advantage of the system that we were built into, it's very like, oh, do OnlyFans, you're taking back what was always taken from you. Like, men will always want your body, so capitalize off of it. Which is fair, I understand that, but I also think in doing it, it's very demoralizing, and I don't think it would feel like you're taking your power back. It would feel like less powerful, I think.
The simp economy is super strong.
Yeah, dude.
And the simps they rule the earth, basically. I mean, we all, it doesn't matter what we say on these kind of podcasts, like, young men, get out of your basement, go touch grass, and stop paying money to OnlyFans girls, but they will never stop that. And, the other piece of it is, what they don't realize is they're really talking to some dude in his basement in his underwear.
They're talking to Jim Partel in Bangladesh, and he's like, "Oh, you like when I do that to my body?" Yes.
More guy OnlyFans managers than I know OnlyFans girls. It's almost always a man.
Have you had a few guys come up to you and gal and say, "You can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money."
Yes.
I'll manage it for you.
hundreds of times.
And they seem super, super legit people, I'm sure.
Oh,
And they're
very
like,
trustworthy.
yeah, you definitely want to give them your social security number, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
The stories we've heard.
Tima, do you believe that broke men should be dating?
Would you mind? I asked. You want to know? Are you good? Okay.
Can you say it again?
Do you believe broke men should be dating?
At first, I wanted to say fuck no.
Yeah, who is it? Cardi B that says that, or somebody?
Every-
Broke guys don't
every
deserve
girlfriend.
deserve love.
I don't think any broke guy would try to be dating because they know the expectations of dating. Going out, restaurants, trips, shopping. That's what I know.
Have you had the brokies come up to you and try it on you?
Like, here's a Laffy Taffy. Will you go out with me?
No,
Do they take you out to dinner and then say, "I left my wallet in the car"? Does
maybe
that
in
ever
high
happen?
school. but
That's never happened. You see right through that.
Yo, you got before we're done, you got to drop some salt daddy wisdom on us all. Let us know how to court a woman and then like pretend like you left your wallet in the car. Or oh shit, I thought my money clip was in this jacket. It was in my other jacket. Shit, I don't have any money.
Yeah, that's the ultimate salt daddy move. It is. You guys know what a salt daddy is? You know what a salt daddy is?
Something the opposite of a sugar daddy.
Exactly, yeah. Sugar daddy it looks like sugar, tastes like salt. Yeah. I have a whole course on teaching guys how to be salt daddies. You know, I'm actually the original salt daddy, and there's a lot of tricks you can play. You know, one of them is my credit cards. I just need a quick loan of 10,000.
Thank you.
Is that your mom again?
No, that was Kate. Thank you, Kate. I'm fucking 2026 is the year of the suit. I always thought like I don't like suit jackets. They're like uncomfortable. Honestly, this thing feels like I'm in a like satin glove of love. It feels good. So yeah, I'm gonna be wearing a lot of suits in 2026, and I'm gonna treat myself.
But salt daddy, there's a couple ultimate salt daddy moves. The one ultimate.
I love you too, Kate.
Happy Friday. The ultimate salt daddy move is to take them shopping, and then you forgot your credit card, or they don't find out what size they are, and then go up to the sales clerk and have them take all that size off the shelf. So we just can't quite find their size. Go out to dinner, and I've had them buy me dinner instead. That's that. If you can reach that level of salt daddiness, that takes a lot of work, and I've only achieved that a couple times. But there's been a few very disappointed sugar babies in Columbus because of that.
Would you ever go to a date like 5 or 10 minutes early and like talk to the hostess, be like, "Hey, when the check comes out, make sure it's 2 separate checks"?
No, do that. What I do is duck out. I've done that once. Just skate, or what was the other move I pulled one time? It was I had my friend call me with an urgent work call, and I had to leave in the middle of dinner. I had that happen once. So there's a lot of salt daddy tricks. I do not want to put them all out here. But if you want to really learn about it, I have a course on school. You guys can do that. Subscribe to it. I'll send you the link. Can we put the link in the description, Chris?
Sure. If you consent to it, I'll do it. Yeah.
You guys, I'll give you a commission on every one that you sell from tonight. Yeah.
All right. I'm with that.
Wait. For members?
Yeah, well, you guys are already in the program. So, yeah.
Well, did I?
So what is everybody's political affiliation here?
I'd say I lean conservative. I would describe myself as somebody who is economically very conservative, and then culturally just kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Republican from way back.
I think I'm probably pretty culturally left leaning. But probably more economically right-leaning.
Okay.
Do you have a fuck ice, like
Whistle.
like a fuck ice?
Yeah. I don't have one, but I will say fuck ice.
Fuck ice. Okay.
Fuck God. Men are trash.
Fuck ice.
TJ, your political affiliation?
I'm a moderate, but leaning.
I'm sorry. What you said? You're politically moderate.
I'm moderate, but I lean right.
Okay. And Tima?
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let's talk about some more shit that will make people uncomfortable and that they probably don't want to talk about. So there's this new concept called woke fishing, right? So women, I think we all kind of know that women are repulsed by liberal men. They're built like string beans. They probably have a propensity to cuckoldry. They're, very non-traditional. They are all about like not being a provider. They want to like split all the financial responsibilities in half and stuff like this. So what's happening is we all know there's a huge population of liberal-minded women, but when it comes time to settling upon a husband, or they like to call them partners because they don't believe in like traditional gender roles and stuff like that. When it comes time for them to find a husband, they find it incredibly difficult to find a liberal-minded husband who is going to like be the man of the house and stuff like that. So what they're doing is this new concept called woke fishing, where they're basically trying to like find conservative men who act conservative but vote liberal, and it's like incredibly difficult. They're like not able to find it. So like Mia, have you ever dated a liberal man?
I would say most of my exes were probably pretty conservative. My last ex was definitely like socially very left-leaning, which was fine with me because I am too. But I think financially wise and just like, especially in this climate, like in most other aspects of life, was pretty right-leaning. So not like a true liberal man though.
Yeah. Well, was he like pro-choice?
Yeah, pro-choice, I think.
Is anyone on this panel pro-choice?
I am pro-choice.
You're pro-choice? Oh, I'm not. I think it's murder. I would encourage anyone to, if they want to try and convince me otherwise, but I think there are 45 or 47 forms of contraception. There are like 47 different ways that you can avoid getting pregnant, and to use like abortion as a way to escape that consequence, I think is just like irresponsible personally.
I do agree with that, and I think there's a lot of women that, I mean, maybe not a lot, but a good population of women that use abortion almost like a plan B pill, like, oh, if I fucked up, I'm pregnant, like, go get an abortion. And that is obviously entirely fucked up, but I think there's a lot of situations that don't, like, fit that narrative at all. And, like, I would never judge a woman if she had to. And if you truly did just fuck up, and contraceptives a lot of the times don't work 100%, and you're not in a financial place to bring a child into the world, I think it's worse for the child to bring them into a poor household or into a system that won't take care of them than to.
What about
get an
adoption?
abortion. I think that's fair, but I also think our adoption system is very messed up. I knew a lot of kids growing up that were in the foster system and had an incredibly negative life, and it had a lot of lasting impacts on them. So I don't always think that's just like I can just put them up for adoption. Like, that still weighs on you very heavily.
But do you think they shouldn't have the chance to rise above that struggle?
No, I think everyone should have the chance to do that, but I don't think you should force them to have to take that chance.
This is like coming back to our broke guys dating. Like I personally, call me old fashioned, but like I don't think broke men should be dating, and I don't think women should be fucking broke men. Because like you just said, if you're in a financially unviable situation where abortion might seem like the only option, I got two great alternatives to that. One is use a prophylactic Jimmy cap. Like it's 90, maybe it's not 100% effective. It's like 99% effective. Unless you're like, I don't know.
Chris,
Yeah.
Salt Daddy, we love too.
And yeah, the second option is to not be fucking anybody who's broke. You know, like for guys and girls. Like I think I'm personally like turned off whenever I'm with a girl who doesn't have a job. You know, like what are you doing? You're a human being. You're an adult. You should have a job.
Yeah.
Do you want the girl that you're with to keep that job when you guys are together, or is like your?
I mean, like right now, this podcast is not like I'm not world famous. Like I'm not financially able to. I'm not broke, but I'm not rich either. Like right now, if a woman wants to be in a relationship with me, she's going to need to earn some kind of money. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, in a perfect world, I would like to be able to retire my wife and let her just, you know, do Pilates and bake sourdough bread all day long. But like that's not the reality that I live in currently. So who do you guys think is more dishonest, men or women? I'll start with you, TJ. What's up, Kool-Aid? I mean, like I said, like if she's got like ambition and she's like doing a good job looking for a job, then yeah, like I'm not gonna like hold that against her. But I would also hope that she's not like coming out of college with like some degree in underwater basket weaving and she's like trying to get a job as like a who knows what, you know, like hopefully her degree is a good degree and she's not in a bunch of debt. TJ, who lies more, men or women?
I think they're equally guilty, but for different reasons.
So what's a man's lie?
A
Next
man,
size.
His size, you said?
yeah, I think men. Didn't you ask this question if they were cheating?
It like you're saying men lie about cheating?
No. I lost track of your question. I thought it was over who cheats more, men or women.
No, he was asking who lies more.
Oh, I
Who lies more.
apologize. Okay, so yeah, I believe it's equally. I think it's for different reasons. Men lie to acquire the ability to, if they cheat, for example, they're trying to get their notch count higher, closer to 25. And I think if women lie, it's more for about an advantage or to move up in the socioeconomic ladder.
Okay. Mia?
I would agree. I think there's different levels of lying and different ways each gender tends to lie. I pretty much agree with what TJ said. I think men tend to lie like for a cheating type of situation. And, yeah, I actually don't really have anything to add. I do fully agree with that.
Okay.
I agree.
On that note, I do have to go to work.
Oh man! Well, thank you for coming. You were a great guest, and yeah, I'll send you the finished episode if you want.
Thank you for having me.
All right, see ya.
Yeah. Take care.
Give her some salt.
I think you want somebody to walk you down, or are you okay?
Walk her
Yeah, I got
down. Be a gentleman.
Yeah. Come on, Will.
Be a virtuous man.
He's the only one who's got a key.
But
Right.
just to clarify, I agree that men and women both lie equally, but I think it's more fundamental than that. I just think that humans are kind of inherently selfish and will pursue their own best interests. And the decision to lie or not lie is a decision between good and evil ultimately, and that line is not divided between genders. It's within every person.
That's a good answer. Yeah, I like that.
I don't know.
Men lie. Bye.
I
feel like women lie to keep the peace.
Women lie to keep the peace.
agree.
I do.
Men lie their asses off, and mostly to get laid. Let's face it. I mean, they really, really do. And I think
for advancement.
I think it's encouraged. I mean, and women, sometimes women want to be lied to, you know. You're the only one, you know, I love you, you know, I want to be with you forever. You're the best. I don't even look at other girls. All lies. All lies.
Whatever you got to do to get in the fans.
By any means necessary, which isn't okay, by the way. That's not something that that should be encouraged, but it's just the fact is that it happens.
Mm-hmm. And Tima, what were you saying?
I was saying women lie to keep the peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So like Chris, like a famous Chris Rock bit, he's saying that like men and women lie differently. Men say like small lies, women say big lies. Like a man's lie would be like, I was at Tony's last night or something like that. But a woman's lie will be like, it's your baby.
Oh man.
Oh,
the good paternity test now. So
yeah.
it's but paternity fraud, you know, paternity fraud was a huge thing. It really was. And now that they have genetic paternity tests, that's not as I think honestly, I think there should be a law in the United States and in every state that every kid just gets checked for paternity when they're born.
I was about to say that. Like I honestly like I think it would be I think the nuclear family in America would be drastically improved if every marriage proposal required a prenuptial agreement and every birth required a paternity test. Then there would be so much more transparency and honesty into every relationship that began and every life that came to be. Yes. Yeah. It's true though. So
we're talking about divorce a little bit, and I think that we should go to the European model, the Scandinavian model, which is basically every custody arrangement is joint custody, 50-50 joint custody.
Yep.
The board.
I think it's turning that way.
It is. It's turning that way in the United States, but I mean, I think it should be in the law. And then the other thing they do is you can get divorced. You don't even need a lawyer in Scandinavia. You just sign a piece of paper. And all the assets of the marriage and all the liabilities of marriage are split right down the middle. And it does away with all that arguing and all the waste in divorce court. And, you know, James Sexton, I have a lot of respect for him, and he's a really articulate and a lawyer who has a lot of experience in divorce law. But I just wish Michael or Rollo would ask him about that and just say, well, what about the Scandinavian model of divorce? Shouldn't we just have that? And I think, you know, I think it's self-interest on the part of lawyers to not want to do that.
What happens if like a billionaire marries a woman of modest means? Like, is that still split down the middle in that case?
Middle, but I mean, look at the divorces. Like, for example, Jeff Bezos is the most famous one.
Yeah.
I mean, these women of these ex-wives of billionaires are themselves billionaires.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos' wife is a billionaire, and she was there throughout the creation of Amazon.com. She was there from the very ground up, and so she deserves half. And so, yeah, they have a similar thing where they just split it right down the middle, the assets of the marriage. Now, there's some exceptions, like you can have a prenuptial.
So sorry, keep going.
No, was just saying they can have prior assets and they can have a prenuptial agreement, but 90% of the cases, all the assets and liabilities are split down the middle, and any children in the marriage are 50-50 joint custody, period.
Mhm.
And literally, they can just sign a paper and be divorced the same day. They don't need to involve lawyers. And that's the way it should be in the United States, in my opinion.
That's what
Yeah.
it's labeled anyway. No at fault divorce.
Well, as a young man, I don't have any assets to split, so I just split assets. I'd like to say about this real quick, Chris. You could probably also save a lot of the congestion in the courts with divorce if I think the U.S. educational system should mandate uh, um, every student before they graduate spend one day in domestic relations court.
And to add to that, I think every fucking high school senior should need to take a tax preparation class so they know how to pay their own taxes. I think every high school senior should need to take an automotive class so they know how to change a tire or like replace a battery or do like the basic shit with like car maintenance. Yeah, like there's probably like a ton of classes instead of senior year of high school being like dick around year, which it was for me because like most high school seniors already have like gotten accepted or rejected from the colleges that they care about, so they're just like, you know, smoking and drinking and fucking all year. I think they should use that year to like teach them about how to live life as like as an adult, because they're about to be an adult all on their own, you know. And what all right, Tima, do you believe that masculinity is toxic?
No.
No. Okay. You don't believe in toxic masculinity at all?
It does be toxic too. I was gonna say woman could be toxic too.
Yeah, like okay, yeah, so there is toxicity, it's just not gendered, like it exists in the human condition is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in like in patriarchy theory? Like do you think the patriarchy is a good thing?
It depends. Well,
Hold the mic up.
I don't know, but it depends.
What like do you think that like society could thrive if it were ran by women?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Will?
No, I don't think there's such a thing as toxic masculinity. I think there's just masculinity, the same masculinity that I don't know, kills people in war, whatever it is you want to define as toxic masculinity is the same masculinity that defends and protects and provides.
Yeah. And what do you think about patriarchy?
Yeah, I think it's mostly a good thing. I think that generally speaking, it's kind of it's funny to bring up the whole like, you know, men are more logically minded than women. I agree with it broadly, despite seeing a lot of instances of men who are not fit leaders and not in the least bit rational people. But I think generally, on the whole, it's just better if men lead. Just think that's kind of how it is in the universe.
Yeah, like I don't think that it's not so cut and dry. Like there's no such thing as a good woman leader. Like there's a few women that I think are very capable. I think that yeah, generally speaking, men are more capable for leading.
Yeah, and I think to that end, we ought to prioritize the construct of our culture to develop as many men as possible into competent and proper leaders.
Eric, what do you think?
I think toxic masculinity it's not a thing. It's just masculinity. And, when you're in a dark alley and you're held up by crooks, you want the most Cro-Magnon, toxic, tough cop to come down that alley and save you. I mean, and that's just a fact. When your house is burning down, you want the most high testosterone fireman who's 6 feet tall, 250 pounds of muscle to come busting through your door to save you. Unfortunately, you don't want the 4'11" female cop, and you don't want the 4'11" female firefighter who can't carry you out of a burning building. It's just the way it is.
And you don't want the 4'11" male cop to do that either. Like it's not even necessarily gendered. It's just like men are biologically superior. Yeah, in that way.
You let soy boy to come and try to save you and get killed saving you, or be unable to lift you onto a gurney so he can save you and pull you out. So no, there's no such. It was perpetrated by the feminists, and the feminists are scum. But I would also say that, as far as the patriarchy is real. I'm actually a charter member of the patriarchy, and I think the patriarchy is a good thing because the patriarchy is responsible for Western civilization, and it's been good for the world. We've been the shining beacon on the hill because of a bunch of men who got together in a beer hall in 1776 and said, "Fuck you, England, we're not paying any more of your taxes."
Yeah.
So they were toxic and they were the patriarchy. We need that. We need more of that today.
Facts.
Everyone should sign up for my course.
That'd be a salt.
Comes with a free salt shaker.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Dick salt shaker.
And TJ, is there such thing as toxic masculinity, and do you believe that the patriarchy is an asset to the world?
Toxic masculinity is absolutely a facade. It's made up. It's something that I believe that is something that has been conjectured in the last probably 60 years. Where are you going? Sorry about that. Yeah, toxic masculinity is definitely a facade for me. As far as the patriarchy, I think patriarchy is definitely a must-have for this world to function. Women are able to enter into a man's world as far as for playing sports. Girls are playing football, wrestling. But you don't see too many, unless you're transgender, but you don't see too many men entering women's sports because there's such an outcry for it.
Yeah, and do you remember, now it's Olympic season, do you remember last Olympics there was that Albanian person who competed against the Italian girl, and within 45 seconds she made her tap out, and there was this whole outcry, oh, check her genetics, check her chromosomes or whatever, because people thought that she was a biological male, and that story kind of just went away, but now it just resurfaced, and they do officially have Y chromosomes, so they are. I'm not sure if they're like a hermaphrodite or a transitioned person, but they definitely did possess a little bit of a chromosomal advantage in that contact sport, and they beat the shit out of that little Italian girl.
Good for them. Just to reaffirm, yeah, I mean, patriarchy is definitely has to stay as leadership of this world to keep it turning. Everybody wants to be at the top. Patriarchy, women are certainly seeking everything there is can do with what a man can do, and egalitarianism. So yes, the patriarchy is definitely something that shouldn't die.
Yeah, and speaking back about that the transgenderism thing, there's actually a study that came out that women who participate in high school sports end up having vastly greater professional opportunities, and then women who participate in collegiate sports have even much better professional opportunities than those high school women. And so when biological males compete on the same stage with those biological females, they end up being competitively, much better. They end up they end up inhabiting the space for a woman, and they remove those opportunities from them, So I think I'm pretty firm against biological males competing with biological females in the same arena, especially with a contact sport. I think it can maybe be okay with bowling and archery and
Flag football.
Flag football or even flag football. Like, have you ever seen Tyreek Hill return the kick against 11 women? He just leaves them in the dust. It's funny.
I want to fight Gina Carano. Just want to put that out there on the internet.
Under the feet.
Yes. He could beat my ass, and I would love it.
Wait, who?
Give me Gina Carano.
That's Mia that was here?
No. Gina Carano, the actress who's the MMA fighter who was before she was in the movie Haywire, and she was in she's the one who got fired by Disney. She was in The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Anyway, she's hot. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Got a lot of masculinity features, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So I'm going to really quickly do one last ad, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up. But we're going to talk about food for a little bit, guys. So now that the holidays are over, I hope you folks enjoyed them thoroughly. We still have much to look forward to, such as Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, and President's Day. Ladies, are you not sure what gift to give your burly, masculine, carnivorous hunk of a man? Maybe you're dating a soy boy twink who always insists on turning the lights out and doing it missionary for 3 minutes and 45 seconds before finishing in your belly button and softly weeping in your arms. If that's the case, I can't help you. But if the former is your protector and provider and lover and king, treat him to Holler Boys jerky on any occasion. Peach bourbon, honey habanero, southern barbecue, fuego, Chesapeake, and the original are all the flavors that they have featured. They're going to light his taste buds ablaze. Located in Middletown, Delaware, Holler Boys is the only place I go for clean, lean beef jerky that doesn't have any trash ingredients like preservatives and nitric acids. Holler Boys caters to a paleo or keto diet and features Worcestershire sauce, brown sugar, apple juice, soy sauce, and more. It's a high-protein food, which is why I incorporate it in my weekly snack routine. For flavor for days that'll make you holler and stretch your dollar, go with Holler Boys Jerky. That's holler with an A. Visit hollerboysjerky.com. And I got to holler. Oh, man. I always have a difficult time finding this sound, but here we go. All right, so since we're speaking about food, Since we're speaking about food, if you were on death row, TJ, you're on death row, you have one last meal. What's your last meal going to be?
Protein shake.
Didn't even hesitate.
Wait,
I'm getting
Can stay on the holiday diet, right?
use gold standard mass gainer with that.
We'll add some collagen to it. No,
Nasty.
definitely going to be a steak, about a 12-ounce steak from Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse, and some starches. Got to go with some potatoes, some gravy. That's what my final meal is going to be.
what are you drinking?
Buble.
Okay. Like some Dom P?
No, what's that carbonated drink that Michael Buble drinks? He's like sponsored.
Okay.
It's club soda.
Gotcha. All right. Eric, you're on death row. What's your last meal going to be?
I'm going to have a lobster and a 12-ounce tomahawk steak, Pittsburgh style, which is burnt on the outside and rare on the inside, and it's going to be crusted with the most wonderful spices in the world and a hint of lemon pepper and I also want some garlic on there, garlic butter.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a big baked potato, and it's gonna be a twice baked potato, and it's gonna have lots of chives on the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a side salad and a bowl of she crab soup with a little sherry on it, and then to drink, I'm gonna have a nice stiff double bourbon, and I'm gonna sip on and make it last as long as possible until they strap me down to the chair.
He's also gonna have a stripper under the table blowing him.
Yeah,
It's part of the meal.
exactly.
She's gonna get her protein that night. Will, you're on death row. What's your last meal?
It's a Turkish food. I'll probably butcher the pronunciation, but it's called dana. It's basically the Turkish equivalent of shawarma.
Okay.
And something about the way that they do the meat, the seasoning, and the right amount of savoriness with the gyro wrap and everything is just perfect. It's my favorite food.
So it's like lamb, or
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking water.
Oh, all right.
I don't adulterate the taste of my favorite food with the wine or anything like that. I'm just having water.
Even on your last meal.
So-
Going out raw dog, dude. Fuck it.
I'm eating 12 pounds of that, and my death will be by my stomach bursting. That's my
Okay.
death sentence. Yep.
And Tima, you're on death row. What is your final meal?
Okay. Lamb chop and asparagus and mac and cheese.
Well, that sounds good.
I love it.
What do you? Any Did you say you have vegetables in there?
Yep.
What-
Asparagus.
What is it?
Asparagus.
Okay.
Asparagus.
And what are you drinking?
Right.
Sprite? Really? Damn, y'all. You guys are so modest for your last meal. All right, now
That's
Now-
lobster. What are you talking about, man?
You
I had a blowjob and a lobster.
nah, see if it's me, I'm getting like 2 handles of Patron. I'm getting like fucking like 2 sheets of pot brownies. I'm gonna drink myself to death. That's gonna be my method. But I'm also gonna eat myself to death. I'm gonna have like penne vodka for sure. I'll have like a sirloin steak. Give me some scalloped potatoes. Give me some. I'll have like potatoes in every single. I want to just eat everything before I go because fuck it. But yeah, definitely maybe some lasagna, maybe some like a meatball sub, a cheesesteak, a pizza. I gotta have like a whole Brooklyn style pizza for sure. And then yeah, when I like Will, when my stomach bursts, that's when I'll die happy. Tima, you're on death row, and you get to choose your method of execution. How are you choosing to go?
Slice my wrist or I think my neck. I don't know. I'll say I'll stab myself in the chest.
Stab, damn, that's cold blooded, dude.
That is.
Will?
Firing squad.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. If I'm not gonna eat and drink myself to death, dude, me and Will are like kindred spirits. We both want to go out on a full stomach and then just like set the fucking firing squad up and just end it quick.
Yeah, 35-cent Smith & Wesson solution.
Wouldn't the bullets be too expensive?
It might be.
I want to have a firing squad, but I want to have a gun on the table that I can load and fire back. So they have a gun. They're going to have a gun, and I have a gun. And whoever loads it faster can shoot straighter wins. I want a duel
Okay.
to the death.
What about like just like one guy, one dead shot, like Clint Eastwood in his prime, Dirty Harry? It's just you and him, like 10 paces in the center of town.
I'll even take a knife, and if I can get to him fast enough to stab him in the throat, then I get off scot-free, and he can shoot me. I got a close distance of 5 feet, and he's got to draw faster than that.
Dude, I like your chances. I think if you duck and weave, like I think you can get it out of there.
Fuck that guy over.
Should be like
Fuck those
50
guys.
feet.
50 feet. I'm an animal. I'll get there.
Do you think you could? Eric, do you think you could throw a knife like precise enough to hit him?
I'll take a nunchuck and then a throwing star.
Okay.
I could do a throwing star to the eyeball.
Damn. You play darts too?
Yeah.
And TJ, what's your method of execution you're choosing?
I envision it's going to be the end of my life is going to be on the TV screen like Grand Theft Auto, wasted after you shot at the cops and you just keep running. I'm just going no matter what. They're going to run me over. They're going to gun me down.
So
That's how I'm
death by cop.
Yep.
Do you want San Andreas or Miami? Which
San Andreas.
San Andreas
All day.
Okay. All right. Well. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna drink myself to death now. I have so much to live for now. But like, maybe if I was like a 99-year-old man. Yeah, like if I'm a 99-year-old man, like my life is a completed checklist. I'm rich and I'm wealthy and I got some terminal illness or something. Then yeah, just give me like 2 bottles of Patron and some weed brownies and some lasagna and penne vodka, and I'll die a happy man.
Don't you want to go out in the sack?
No, because like that would be like very traumatizing for whichever girl, like to have a guy die inside of you. Like she's gonna associate like sex with death for the rest of her life.
She might be a Black Widow, though. She might like that,
Well,
she could win up guys. You could have a whole I've got a whole scenario, man.
Okay.
You could have a whole row of girls, and whichever one fucks you to death wins. So like you have a prize,
and you put them in your will. You put them in your will. You leave all of your estate to the one that fucks you to death.
Be a multimillionaire. Yeah, exactly.
What if the reward was?
You could do the mugshot hotties. You could have the mugshot hotties in there, and make it all like violent criminal mugshot hotties, and they have to fuck you to death because they can get parole. They can get parole. They can get out on parole. Whoever wins.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up soon. Do you guys have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say?
For Instagram here.
This was a fun first podcast. I guess, yeah, I'll go ahead and drop my Instagram handle. It's Will Haywood Official. Go ahead and follow that for all my debaucherous photography adventures. Play a good time. Look forward to potentially doing more podcasts. You're good.
You don't want to drop your handle?
Argument?
Drop your handle. You
Queen
need followers.
Tima, like Queen_Tima23.
Did you drop everyone's handle into the chat?
I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put everybody's Instagram handle in that, except for not Stephanie. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it with Stephanie.
Yeah. It's at Eric Trumbull, and then also at Buckeye Influence. We have a group of influencers here. We have photo shoots in Columbus, and we want to get more models. So if you guys are interested in partying with us, we're a lot of fun. We have mansion shoots. We do all kinds of crazy shit. You guys are down for it. We have our own drone pilots, and we do all kinds of dangerous photo shoots.
Okay.
Many more planned coming up this coming summer.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna coordinate with you guys all privately and ask, just pick your guys' brains about doing photo shoots, because I'm just starting to get into the photo shoot world, and it's a lot to digest, so I need any advice that I can get.
Oh, you have to come out here this summer.
Yeah,
we can have a cast out here, and then come out here for a photo shoot.
Okay. My birthday's in mid-July. Maybe we could throw a birthday party for me.
Party.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see if any of the Philly guys want to come too, and we'll do like a Philly Columbus connection.
Absolutely.
TJ's got to give his Instagram handle.
Oh, go for it.
It's TJ period Johnson. It's with the O's are with zeros. It's my Instagram handle.
All right, and guys, if you're watching this, I will put everybody's Instagrams in the show description. If you want to find them, you can find them there. Guys, I want to thank all of you for taking the time out of a busy Friday night to be on my show. You guys were great guests, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, bro.
Take care, man.
See you guys. All right, so once again, we want to humbly thank our listeners and pay them ample gratitude for their patronage. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have such a high-quality interactive show. So thank you, audience. I'd like to take this time to remind all of our listeners that we're spreading like a virus. The Good Faith Podcast is now officially on YouTube, as well as Apple, Pandora, Spotify, RSS.com, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. On Patreon, we're working to build additional value for the multiple tiers of donors with special content, super chat priority, VIP in-person meetings. We do value your attention, so thank you for quieting your TikTok brain for the last 2.5 hours. This is a reminder, if you feel you got any value from our show, it takes basically zero extra work to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It'll move us closer to our goal of having thousands of subscribers, which will bump us up in the algorithm. It'll expose us to more potential listeners. If you guys want to share us with more of your friends, we would be absolutely delighted to extend our outreach. The quickest way for us to broaden our exposure is for you listeners to each share us with one friend. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. If you live in the greater Philadelphia area, you want to guest star on our show, please reach out to us in an Instagram DM at Christopher Bulick. The Patreon link's in the description. All proceeds will go towards rent, food, electricity, new computer equipment to improve our general show quality, and Clark's medical expenses. To all of our faithful audience, we wish you a wonderful weekend, a happy and healthy lifestyle, and to all of you, we bid you goodbye.